Back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi everyone. How you doing?
We're back.
Another episode, none of that.
None of that.
Today we have a really good discussion topic today.
Yes.
Masculinity.
Masculinity.
We're in the age and the time of Me Too. A lot of pro-feminist things are happening right now. And I'm not sure if you saw, but Gillette just had this very controversial ad that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So basically, this ad, it had a lot of older men staring into the mirror. There were a lot of like hateful words, sissy, freak, and there were a lot of like
sissy.
Yeah, there were images of like old TV show parodies where like somebody grabs a house maid's butt and someone like kind of shuts down a female coworker. So there's all these very like provoking scenes, and then they have these other scenes. Okay, and it says we need to be better men, and they have these scenes. Somebody might say, "Hey, girl," and so it's like, "Hey, don't catcall that woman," or whistling.
Can't say that anymore.
Can't say that anymore. That's wrong. Okay, but it had nothing to do with shaving.
Yeah, like it's a Gillette commercial. Where's the razors? Where's the shaving cream? What you doing?
People were very, very upset about this because they think that masculinity is very controversial right now. The gender roles are very different. Things are very one-sided a lot of times. And people were kind of, this is a liberal commercial that's too feminist. And I don't understand really where this is coming from.
We're in this age where everybody, you gotta stand for something, or you don't stand for anything, which is great. You feel me? But it's like nowadays, just let it be a shaving commercial. So let it be a Gillette commercial. Let's not try to do the undertones and the hidden messages. Just let's stick with the shaving.
People were very upset, okay? They think that this is toxic masculinity. Mm-hmm. And if you know what toxic masculinity is the fact that men are the problem of everything. Okay? This is what some people are saying. Men are too violent. They're too sexual. They're too jokey, clowny. They don't take things seriously. And men think that women are attacking them and saying that, masculinity is now a bad thing. Mm-hmm. And, even though we're a lot more progressive and things are really happening right now for women, it doesn't necessarily mean, this is anti-man. I don't think so.
No.
I really don't think so at all. So, the toxic femininity is also like, the bad parts of like being a woman, like, that women are super vain and that we throw up to stay really skinny.
Yeah.
And we go to extremes to get all this plastic surgery. We spend lots and lots of money to get boobs and, but I don't know. I don't think that masculinity is a bad thing. Do you think we can have a pro-woman society and also pro-male?
Yeah, I think we could. I think we have to focus on our own personal growth and what we do as a community, as men and women, versus attacking the opposite side.
We were talking about R. Kelly earlier, and this is really, he's a huge part of this, we hear all this music all the time. You were just saying that you were in a club, right?
Oh, yeah, I was in a club. I was in Orlando over the weekend, and the DJ played R. Kelly. And, at first, all right, I'm not going to freak out, whatever. He put it in there. Maybe it was on your cue. Maybe you missed it. I don't know. But then he immediately after that, he played another one. And it just seemed like I scanned the room and all the women, we were all like, cut it. We're about to be done with this dude. Like, he obviously thinks it's a joke.
So how do you think we should wrap up the situation, do you think this Me Too has negatively affected men? A lot of men are very against the Me Too movement.
Yeah, and they don't talk to women and shit.
They don't like it. They think that now, I have to be very, very careful about what I say all the time.
Yeah.
Do you think that men have been very careful around you recently? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think that I don't know.
No, I don't think the Me Too movement is a bad thing. I think people need to be held more accountable for the things they do and the things they say and the way they make people feel. Mm-hmm. Reality of the situation is you don't have to understand why I'm upset. Mm-hmm. That's not for you to understand. You just need to understand that I feel some type of way about it. Mm-hmm. And if you choose to rectify the situation, great. you know, but you don't get to tell me how to feel. So if I feel like somebody's done something in any way that negatively affects me, I have the right to speak on it.
I agree. I mean, what do you think we should do with R. Kelly? What are we gonna do? Anybody else out there have any opinions? Anyone want to tell us your opinions on what we should do with R. Kelly next?
No, I don't want to hear your opinions unless it's mute R. Kelly. Okay, mute him.
Wrap him up.
Can we stop real quick? I have a lot of people in the building. I didn't want to interrupt you.
No.
You know, so let's shout them out. I got my cousin Brittany. What up, cousin?
Go ahead.
How you doing? Vince. Hey, Vince.
Oh, hi. How you doing?
You should come around more.
Yes, you should.
Brenda, I love you. Thanks for tuning in. And Calvin Taylor, shout out to you.
And if you want to comment, what do you guys think, you know?
Toxic masculinity.
How do we get rid of R. Kelly? How do we get rid of, like, this image that it's only one or the other?
Vince said cancel R. Kelly, #cancel. Thank you, Vince. Thank you.
I mean, nobody went up to the DJ and said anything?
No, but you could clearly see all the women, we were going like this. We were putting our hands up in the air like this.
Got it.
Brittany said, mute that nigga, take all his songs from streaming services. And Nara said earlier in the show, guys, catch the rest of the show on Sunday. You'll hear we spoke about in the first half of the show. But Nara had said, like, she's been seeing him everywhere.
Everywhere.
He's making more money. He's making more money right now.
Everyone's talking about, are you involved in the Lifetime scandal? Are you not? Are you know? And
I saw him in a club appearance. Girls were in the front taking photos with him. Like, you want to be next? You better knock it the fuck off. You better knock it off before he gets you in that spider web, okay? Because he's crazy and you need to stay away from his ass.
I couldn't watch the special. I couldn't.
I watched a few episodes. I didn't watch the whole thing. But I saw clips and pieces of it everywhere. And it's just like, I don't need to watch the whole thing to know.
Yeah. I saw, what did I see? Like the 4th installment, I think I saw.
Yeah.
So it was like right in the middle. And it was like all the moms talking. And I was like,
yeah. Escape plans, running. He came and see shit. You start rumbling.
She was in the bathroom, just calling me, and I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah, like Vince said, he's been blowing up since the scandal came back to the light. It's absolutely ridiculous. I agree.
I mean, and how do you? I mean, they handled Cosby, but I still see his show on all the time. I'm kind of surprised.
The Bill Cosby show?
Yeah, I still see the Cosby show all the time. I mean, it was a good show, but at the same time,
it's what he stands for. Hey, Kevin.
Gosh, what he stands for.
It's what he stands for. Dr. Cosby was just a character. He got paid to be that person, okay? Bill Cosby probably did a lot of things for a lot of good people, but he did a lot of bad shit too. People got to be held accountable for that. I don't want to hear anybody on the opposite side of that justifying actions of these people. Like, it's sick.
Well, it's through a lot of media, though. I mean, think about what kind of men you see on television, you know? The Simpsons, they're like, the dads are always so dumb and goofy, and the mom holds the family together.
Yeah, it's so terrible.
And
Family Guy.
And then they have these, like, I don't want to say that, like, Playboy shows, but, like, shows where there's a bunch of guys, and they just, like, party and drink and get chicks, and they're a lot of teenage shows, you know, but they really promote just like this very risque, fun, sexual lifestyle. I'm not saying you shouldn't have that, but it's the on television, it's a lot of it. So I don't know.
We get a lot of our stuff from the media, so
Yes.
if you portray it enough, people will act a certain way on it, you know. So
I mean, how are we portrayed in, like, I don't know, the Basketball Wives shows?
I always say that.
How are the men? I mean, Wendy Williams, I didn't know that her husband was having an affair with the same woman for like 10 years, and he just got her pregnant. And she's out from her show right now. She's like sick.
She's sick because her husband done got a side chick. She's sick because her husband done got a side chick. You know, that goes... But you know, Wendy, you should have been talking all that shit. I'm sorry. I don't like Wendy Williams. I know my cousin, if you're still here, she's a Wendy. Actually, did you know one time Brittany won something on the Wendy Williams show?
What did you win?
She won a trip to Jamaica, I swear to God. And her little photo was on the bottom, and it was like...
Were you on the were you in the audience?
No, they called her. She called in, and her little photo was in the bottom. It said Brittany Turner, Camden, New Jersey, gang, gang!
Isn't her show shot in Jersey?
I don't know.
Or I think she's close. I think she's in Jersey or New York or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. My cousin got on it.
I
But
feel like Wendy's
she's
from
messy.
here. She's local.
She's just messy, and I don't enjoy her show, really.
It used to be, yeah. It used to be, but no, not anymore. Now it's just like trash talk, you know? It's like straight trash talk.
Oh, yeah, she went... Brittany said, I like Wendy, though. She took me to the motherland. Shout out to Wendy for getting my cousin out there.
Back to the beaches.
Yes.
Back to the fruit.
Yes.
Damn.
Wendy got her there, so fuck. Well, I hope you feel better, Wendy. I don't, wish any ill feelings towards you. Get back to your show, girl. Make your coins. Okay?
What do you think? Do you think that it is one or the other? I mean, you have said before that you are not a feminist.
I'm not.
So, and
I
that's
feel like they go too
wrong
hard,
word, right?
Yeah, like being a feminist and the people that are really holding this movement. I don't agree with them. They're like the super feminists, I don't agree with them. I'm Elise. I have my own thoughts and things, and I feel the way that I feel. It has no direct effect on how other people feel. So
I went to the Women's March, the one right after Trump was inaugurated. My mom lived in Virginia at the time, so I took the metro with a friend of mine, and it was great. It was all these pussy hats on the train. If you don't know what pussy hats are, they're these little pink hats made out of a little triangle sock. They're so simple. They're these little hats, and I walked through the streets of DC with millions of other women
with pussies on their head. Wow.
It was good. Madonna was there. Some other people were there. I mean, I don't know. It was a very empowering experience, but at the same time, it's also very hard to connect to, Yeah. To be honest, there weren't that many women of color there.
But you know how I feel about that. Like, these people that like to spout, and I'm not saying all the people with pussies on their heads, but just some people, what do you do in your own community to help? That's me. I do Toys for Tots every year. I'll do soup kitchens. I do everything to help my own community.
In Philly, Phil Abundance, it's a food bank, and you can donate money to Phil Abundance or food. It's in South Philly.
Do stuff like that, That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
The government shut down, so people are government workers are out of work.
Yes, I just went through the airport.
Yes, don't try and fly. Do not try and fly.
I just went through the airport and I saw this article where someone went through the Atlanta airport with a gun and got all the way to Tokyo.
Tokyo?
With a gun in their carry-on. These motherfuckers I ain't getting paid. Fuck it. I ain't getting paid.
Were the lines really long when you were there?
No, actually not. They were sending us mad messages. What up, Dev? Hey, Dev. They were sending us messages saying, you should get there early. I think that was just because the government is shut down.
Philly has a very fast airport. Every time I've gone to the Philly airport, it's been very fast. What about you?
Yeah.
I think it's a smooth, it's a very small, it's a smaller airport, so it's easier to get through,
Yeah.
So
Orlando, you have to take a tram car. It's a lot.
And someone's to walk in and fly out. Yeah, same thing. Oh gosh,
it's a lot.
Toxic.
Yeah, it's a lot. So you want to move to my stuff?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. So on a lighter note, we were just talking about all the toxic and the bad shit that goes along with being separated and things like that, on the men on this side, the women on this side, And I read this article today. I really loved it. It's why millennial men are reinventing masculinity. Okay? We're not doing things like we were doing it back then. We're at a whole nother level, and it kind of opened my eyes to this. We can't have the same output as our parents did.
Right.
We can't think like them.
No, we can't.
Because we're not at the same time. This is a whole different ball game, and we had to adapt. And the shit that I read was really great. Today, less than a third of men aged 18 to 29 report feeling completely masculine, compared to 65% in the baby boomers. And that's probably because our parents and our dads, there was more clear gender roles. You feel me? Men were going out, bringing home all the bacon. Women were at home doing their thing. So it's if you were filling that role of being a caregiver to your family, then you were masculine. You were good. You're
doing
a man.
What you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, supporting your family.
You're a man. But today it's not uncommon to see men choosing to drink green Jamba Juice over a beer. I see a lot of men with the face
Really?
mask. Yes, I know a lot of men that are
Really?
into their skin. They'll
Okay, yeah,
drink,
that's-
the green juice to help. And I know a lot of men that are
They want
into...
good fitness. It's all part of keeping a good body.
Exactly.
Fit body. Okay.
But if you seen a dude 50, 60 years ago running in them little pants these people be running in on the street, they be like,
What does that mean?
yeah, like what's going on over here?
Mm-hmm.
So the masculinity molded to us by older generations told men they couldn't express emotion, they couldn't be sensitive or shown vulnerability. It's fading, and there's an author, Lewis Howes. He's got an upcoming book called The Mask of Masculinity. It suggests taking off the mask completely.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Taking off the mask of masculinity, feeling like you can't be vulnerable, feeling like you can't express emotion, feeling like, you have to be this rock all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when we take off the mask, it leads to more success, more wealth, more fulfilling relationships for people. You feel me? So I want to read that book. You should read it too, So some of the things that the reasons why he listed were reinventing masculinity is men these days, they value self-awareness.
Okay, how so?
Traditional masculinity says don't feel. Modern masculinity says dare to feel. Feel fucking everything.
Be. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Millennial men are committed to knowing themselves on a deep and personal level, even if they find it difficult.
Okay.
They'll go there with it, They're nonconformists. The gender role for men and women are becoming more loosely defined. So the percentage of men who are staying home to care for children is rising today, while women are slowly surpassing men in academic performance, and we're closing the income gap.
What do you think about that? Would you be cool with having your man stay home?
If he wanted to, but...
If you got a great job.
Yeah, if I had a great job, I was like
Great
a lawyer,
job.
and I really love this for a passion, no, yeah, I wouldn't mind. If I didn't want to give up my dream, it would be asking him to stay home. And realistically,
what if this podcast went huge and we had to tour around the United States?
Well, hopefully the man that I marry sees my potential and he will be proud of me and would, step in. That's what you're supposed to do with a partner. You step in where they lack. So I would want to, hopefully he'll do that for me. They don't want to compete with one another. I know there's a lot of jealous tendencies, but I know a lot of men who are just themselves. They're worried about what they got going on versus around looking about what everybody else got going on. They value authenticity. Millennial men have no need to pretend they're someone else.
Okay.
There's a place for everybody now.
Okay, that's true.
So you don't have to pretend to be a baller, because there's a place for people who are broke too. It's broke bitches you can fuck with. Just saying. They want to be vulnerable. Outdated masculinity says men shouldn't show any weakness. Modern masculinity embraces vulnerability as an expression or courage.
Weakness. It's an interesting word. Okay.
They act according to their values. Millennials, men follow through on their values. He values his own sense of self about others, and he honors his commitments. Okay? And they're motivated to grow. Evolved men don't just stop at evolved. We're going up, Yeah, we got 19-year-olds or multi-millionaires.
Making off of YouTube. If you had known back then what YouTube could have been, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I would have been on YouTube
every damn day. Every damn day.
Living in Los Angeles right now.
For real. So, I think those were one of our guys, people said, I'm old school. I like my woman on the inside while I walk on the outside of the street. No, we're going to get to that. So stay tuned, because that's my next topic. Brittany says, I love that gender roles are fading, because high-key gender roles keep women under men. When gender roles fade, it makes us equal to them, which is really the real definition of feminism.
And that's exactly the point people are missing all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be one or
the
the
other. Yeah.
It
doesn't.
Because someone's a feminist doesn't mean that they believe in toxic masculinity. It doesn't mean they believe men are bad.
Yeah, it's just what we want for ourselves. So this goes right into my topic. I'm so glad that you guys said this, because that's my next thing. The rules have changed. Gender roles in modern society. At the heart of most relationships, problems nowadays is unclear expectations and roles or goals between partners, okay? The fast food model, standardized, one-size-fits-all approach to relationships is dead. It's not working. What works for me and my boo doesn't work for you and yours.
True. Very
You
true.
know? Conformity to general I'm sorry. Conformity to gender specific roles being rejected in favor of a more individual approach. Instead of both sexes possessing personal, ambitions, aspirations for the future, seeking successful careers, personal fulfillment, freedom, satisfaction from life. Like, we all want that now,
However, sacrifice it though.
I mean, it's led to a whole new set of problems.
It
Now that
has.
we have that, and we no longer have to stay in the crib, and we can bust movements and have dreams and shit like that, and now it's created a whole nother ball game for relationships, dating, and gender roles. And I never really looked at it realistically. You can't want what our parents had, because we're not going to achieve that.
Too many student loans.
Not even that. We just have to move differently in the world that we're in today.
Different now than it was then. It's very different now. Very different now.
It's very different now. 50 or 60 years ago. Hold on. I know my cousin said something. Brittany said she agrees with our listener in the sense she likes to walk on the inside, but I also like to bring home a check. It feels good to bring home your own money. I'm sorry.
It does.
It feels good to bring home your own money.
It does. Very satisfying.
Yes. Yeah. 50, 60 years ago, roles and relationships were so much more clearer, okay? Two people knew what to expect in a relationship when they came together. Men's duties were outside the home, while women covered the responsibilities inside the home. No matter where you grew up or what your parents did or, what they instilled in you, across the board, marriage conveyed a certain principle for both men and women.
You both wanted it.
And you knew what you were getting into. It wasn't like, oh, let's get married, and then all of a sudden you're like, deuces, I'm about to go do my own thing. Like, no. As a woman, there were certain responsibilities and certain things that men looked for us to do.
You just follow, kind of,
Yes.
You just kind of follow. But do you want to follow your whole life?
No. And conformity to roles may have been limiting, but they still provided some guidelines and expectations, shared expectations and mutual understanding of what each person's primary role is going to be in a relationship can save two people. A lot of misunderstanding and arguing. The reality of the situation is, now that the gender roles are not that clear, you need to be able to speak clearly about what your role in this relationship is going to be.
Yes.
Because you can't be mad that someone's not giving you what you want if you have not expressed what you expect them to be.
Yeah, because the expectation is very different now than it was. Before there was almost one expectation for, you're going to make it work no matter what.
Yeah, that's it.
You're going to do whatever you have to do. You're going to just shut up and be quiet, or you're going to, walk away a lot, or you just made it work.
Yeah.
And now, there's so much more option.
Exactly, which makes it harder. So I have a question for anybody out there. This was a question. Could it be that gender roles we've worked so hard to break out of for some decades may have actually helped reduce marital conflict and disagreement?
I think so.
It's bad. It came at a price. That's what I think.
I think so. I think that it was very clear before what he was supposed to do, what she was supposed to do, what they were going to do together. And now, like I think about careers, like if you have a couple, and both people want to have a career, careers move you places, like where do you move? Do you just follow for the family and trust, what he says? Yes, you could do that, but also, isn't two incomes better than one?
I mean, two incomes is better than one,
but
it's not about the income.
Can you make it happen though? Like dreams, I guess. Dreams.
Exactly. In 50, 60 years ago, it wasn't even like we were afforded to have dreams, because we could only dream. Well, we could have dreams, but we couldn't chase them. We couldn't pursue them. We didn't have that right to do that. And it was like, damn, I think it was a sacrifice we had to make. To not have this super easy marital bliss and not argue and now we got to work harder to communicate with people. Yes, but at the price of women progressing and doing better.
I'm going to confess something. I watched this TLC show called Return to Amish.
Okay? Oh, Lord.
It's about these Amish people. They were in another show before, but these Amish people who, left the Amish community and then they decided to go live in the city, and now they live as English people. And yeah, there's this older woman on the show who's married to this guy, and he wants to stay Amish, and she doesn't want to stay Amish. And she's like 65, 70, and she's likes to drink, and she likes having a computer. And but you know, it's very, very important for them as Amish people to stay together as a united unit, because you know there aren't that many Amish people left. You know, essentially. So they like she basically says they never argue. They just talk about everything. They just talk it all out. You know, they get into an argument. She goes and makes them a shirt. I'm sorry, here's a shirt. Just talk it out, you know, because they want to make it work so badly, even though they want to live completely different lifestyles.
At the price of some, like, with that equation, someone's always losing. Someone's always losing.
Oh,
she can't fucking go out and watch TV. She can't do what she wants to do. And realistically, some part of being a young person and being free is being able to do whatever the fuck you want to do.
No, she's in her 60s.
Well, all right, she's 60, whatever. Being a person in life, you can do whatever you want to do because that's what we can do in America.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch TV, you want to
Drive a
fucking
car,
smoke meth, do whatever you want to do.
Drive a car, yeah.
You know, so she's got to stay home, and like, yeah, her marriage is great, and that's great, yeah, wonderful. But she doesn't get to go out and experience life, and she's going to watch her life pass by, even though she feels some type of way about the life she lives. Like, no, girl, listen.
I mean, the birth rate is down overall, you know? Like, less babies are being born every year. People just don't really get married. People don't really buy cars and houses together anymore the same way they used to. You know?
Yeah. No, I get that. Nowadays, we need two people. Brittany said you need two people.
Brittany, do you want to be on live? You should video
Not
it.
yet. Not yet. He said, question, is the word female derogatory?
Yes.
Yes?
In the way I think you're saying, yes.
Okay.
That
Elaborate on
female, this female, I went out with this female. I don't know, I just think you should say woman. She's a woman, you know? We don't say male, you know? I think that kind of like makes you, like, animals are male and female, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a woman. I'm not just a female creature.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Is it bad that I don't give a shit?
No, I mean, it's not bad if you don't give a shit. I mean,
Yeah,
everyone,
I don't know.
Everyone is okay with different things, you know? I'm a little more okay with catcalling, so.
Yeah, like, I don't.
It just depends, you know? I don't like female, though. I don't think it sounds like you're giving me enough status.
Okay. I dig that.
You know?
I dig that.
Woman.
That woman.
I'm a woman. I'm
okay.
a woman. Like,
you're not a female.
Yes.
But if someone called you a female.
It's just in the way people usually talk about it. Oh, yeah, I was talking to this female last night.
He said he hates the word female, too.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, I was talking to this female last night, you know, she, I don't know. It's just in the context people use female, it doesn't usually mean you're talking about somebody you really care to know their name, you know?
Word, you're right.
It's like you don't really care to know her name, she's just a female.
He was hanging with her, you know her name. You know her name. Get the fuck out of here.
So, personally, you don't care, though?
I don't know. Listen, I mean, as long as you don't call me out my fucking name, I'm good. Okay? I really don't pay attention to what other people do. I just gotta stay in my own lane because, you know, Elise, she gotta make it happen for herself. You feel me? I gotta get it popping for me because ain't nobody out here. So I don't really give a shit about anybody else except really keep my eye on the prize in my fucking lane. Okay, I don't look to the side to look at the other cars. I just stay in my own lane, you know?
The price. I don't know. I mean, what do you think, though? Do you think that...
Wait, one more. He says the word female is mostly used to replace the word bitch.
That's true.
That bitch.
That's true.
That bitch I was hanging with last night.
That female I was hanging with last night.
Yeah, goes, okay. Shout out to
y'all.
It's derogatory. That's what we're going with. It's derogatory. Okay, so where were we at?
I don't know. Questions?
No. I have more.
Go ahead.
Okay, so just back to the modern couple and the way we move and the way we do things. You know, if we can find a way to communicate our needs openly and clearly to each other, we can establish that union, that unit, guys. You feel me? But communicating nowadays is like super fucking hard. You know, you have people's feelings involved, and this is that. It's hard. It's hard as fuck. You know, so our grandparents could only dream of the freedom and the fulfillment we have in today's society. You know, while they would have required like cooking, cleaning, you know, provider skills to have a successful relationship, today we just require communication, guys. Find a way to communicate with your partner, okay? A willingness to talk about everything, understanding each other's values, beliefs, and points of views is the key to happiness. I'm telling you.
Things have changed so very much.
They have.
I've talked to my mother, I've talked to my grandmother. You know, like, things have changed for women a lot.
Yeah.
They really have.
Because we live. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, I just wanted to touch base on that. I really love that because I'm not a very great communicator, but I can see how this is going. You know, we need to fucking communicate, sit down, and get to the nitty gritty, talk about that vulnerable shit. And if you don't, it's just gonna come a day where you're gonna have to talk about it. You might as well just talk about it now, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. Get it all out there now. Be honest.
Put it on the table, and that gives someone the option to take it or leave it.
Yourself and your partner, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yourself and your partner.
So that's our masculinity podcast. Guys, give us some topics. We switched up the show. And we kind of just
did more discussion topics because we want people to actually talk to us as we do the show. It's more fun if you engage. I like this. The people are sending us messages, but you guys should video in so we can hear you on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, you can hear your voice on the podcast. So you can share it with other people. You know.
Yeah.
So. But I like doing this Instagram Live on Thursdays.
No, me too. And we have a lot of people in here right now. Shout out to y'all because this is what we want.
Thank you.
You know,
Sorry,
we want people coming in
4 minutes late.
Somebody slid in the DMs like, "Where's the live?"
I'm sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. I always have to.
It was Nara.
It's always me. It's always me. Okay, I'm always the one running late. Oh, I forgot my chapstick. Oh. One more thing. So, yeah, thank you.
So guys, the show drops on Sundays, the whole show. We have about, 45 minutes more. So catch us on Sundays.
Yes.
It drops around 12.
Yes. Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Stitcher,
Apple Podcasts, did you say that?
Podcasts.
Oh, okay.
Podcasters, at Anchor.fm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it.
We can't leave yet. We can't leave.
Well, listen, we can hold on. We're gonna say goodbye.
Just pause that. Pause that. We just need to talk to them a little bit more because they got good shit to say. Give us a topic for next week. This one guy said, as a man who has been with a very wide spectrum of women, communicating everything can be a hit or miss depending on the person.
That is true, though.
It's really true.
And just how you frame your questions, how this person receives information, because everybody receives information differently.
And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You feel me?
Not everyone speaks the same love language, you know?
For real. And
That's
then
interesting. I agree with that completely.
he said he loves this podcast.
Oh, thank you.
He says he has tons of topics for us. You share your insecurities with the wrong woman, you can end up becoming a weapon used against you. Death. I know a personal situation like this, okay? Where a woman took advantage of someone in a vulnerable moment and it was his fucking downfall. 8 years later, don't got nothing to show for it.
And I don't want to say it's always the other woman, but, it's like, there's always going to be another woman, I just find it's always going to be somebody else out there who's going to be nice and you're not going to be fighting with and you're not going to have any issues or problems or anything with, but that's because you guys aren't in a relationship. You guys are just like, in...
And it's an illusion.
That's an illusion. Exactly. Once you get a year down the road, it's going to be just like your last relationship.
That's an illusion because this is what I always tell people. Relationships are not just sexual.
No.
You have a relationship with your mother. I have a relationship with Nara.
Yes.
I have a relationship with my manager. Yes. The way you communicate with them is the same exact way you need to communicate with someone that you're in a relationship with. So the reality of the situation is for you to think that going somewhere else is going to make a better situation, the grass is greener where you water it.
That
It's not on the other side. It's where you water it. Okay? You got to put in the time and effort because anything worth having does not come easy. Okay? You put time and effort into somebody, and it's like I'm talking about not a lost cause, guys. She fucks your homie, no. Cheats on you, no.
Yeah. True.
But if it's like, oh, we argue too much, like we'll find a way not to argue.
All these things depends on what you're arguing about, you know. Hey, what are you guys arguing about?
Put the remote away. You never clean up after yourself.
Those are big things.
Yeah, no, but that's something you can easily fix.
Chore charts.
Not even a chore chart. Pick your shit up. Pick it up.
Some of these routines just help with things, you know, because like you live such your entire life just you, okay, and you have a routine. You do a certain thing every day. You get up, you have your cereal, you turn on the TV. I don't know. You take your poo, you pack your lunch, you do whatever you gotta do. You have like your entire schedule, and then you invite somebody else in your life, and you have to really think about that. And you have to really consciously let somebody else into your time, you know, and into your schedule as well, and make room for somebody else
and their feelings.
Yeah.
So
you know, different times. You know, maybe she's better at receiving information during the day than telling her some bad news at night.
Don't talk to me in the morning.
Yeah, I need like till 12. 12. That's till I've like ordered my lunch. Then I'm ready.
And bacon.
Yeah, then I'm ready to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So for everybody that just came in, I'm sorry, we have to leave. We have to finish the real show. Okay.
Yeah, it might snow tonight. Actually,
I know. My manager said 41 inches. Is that true or untrue, guys? That's not true, right?
40?
That's what he said, 40 inches.
Why did he ask you to come into work? He's like the closest person to work.
I know, right? He's like, oh, Elise, if it snows all crazy, can you get here? Like, yeah, I can get my black ass up the door, out of the bed, walk outside and trek my way to work because it's only a few blocks. Yeah, I can make it.
Make him buy you lunch.
He probably will. Whenever I'm there by myself, he usually gets me something to eat.
Yeah.
Usually gets me something to eat. Like,
that's good.
Thanks for covering the front. Like, no problem. I'll take a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh, gosh. I hope it's not 40 inches. Oh, I have to find a good parking spot when I get home.
Yeah, Beth. So, anyone who didn't hear, just came to the show.
Guns. Oh, y'all should do the topic of guns. I feel like that would be a really good topic because I'm sure that Elise and I probably have very different views on that.
I'm getting a ratchet. Why I can.
I think we have very different views on that topic, actually. So
I'm getting a ratchet
really
if I can.
Topic, actually. I like that.
Okay.
I like
and Kali said, should education be free?
Oh, like higher education.
Yes.
Ooh.
Some good topics.
I don't want to say too much about that now, actually.
Brittany, like yes, do guns. Look at that gun happy ass want us to talk about guns. This girl.
I have to brush up on my knowledge. I don't know shit about guns.
Maybe we should have Brittany on this subject for guns.
Okay.
Want to come on the show, cousin?
Yeah.
We could get it on that. She can teach us some shit. Oh, he's coming out with a lot. I gotta write these down.
What else you got for us?
So, is the justice system social engineering? Oh, Jesus. I gotta write this shit down.
Who are these people?
Yeah, say hello.
Oh, is this Jose? Hey, Jose, what's up? And then Vince. I don't know who this person is.
Oh, he's Vince said he feels strongly about the higher education.
Oh goodness, I feel you, Vince. I feel you. Like, I'm out of state.
Okay.
From university.
He said the guy who said about the guns. What? I don't know your name. FPS 012233. I don't know who you are. State your name.
I invited a whole bunch of people. I just literally just texted a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, come.
Hey, my show's gonna be on tonight. So I have no clue. This could be someone.
I don't know. You should call in.
Oh, and my coworker from Dave & Buster's. Hi, Calvin. What's up?
Oh.
Hello. Is that Calvin? I was right, Calvin.
Calvin.
Thanks. Yeah, I like the idea.
Yeah, we should also consult with Vince about the education being free.
Yeah, and tell everyone else at Dave and Buster's I have a podcast, and they should be on this. They should listen to the show too.
Yes,
okay?
And when we get on
I
live,
know there's some people who are still there. You know, I'd like to say hello to.
Yes. And when we get on live, people want to call in. We can do that too.
Yes.
We just like to get our shit out first.
Yeah.
Then have people comment.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, come back next week and catch us live again.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. on Thursdays.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
See
Shout
you
out to
later.
ya. Oh God, he's writing more. I gotta write these down before we go. What does it say?
Government shutdown. Oh God damn! I can't believe this fucking government shutdown. Over this wall. Over this freaking wall.
But he gonna give somebody McDonald's and Wendy's at the damn White House, but he wants us to pay for the damn wall.
He can't afford a meal.
Yeah.
That's why he's getting.
That's why he's trying to get us to pay for it.
And that's why he's getting people McDonald's. That's all he can afford is fast food. This dude's probably broke right now.
Guys, catch the beginning of the show, okay? On Sunday. We can't stay. We gotta go. I have no drink left. We gotta go. All right.
I'm on water.
All right, guys. Catch us next week. Love you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.